Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in this one, I want to talk about the show's return, some filming updates, and just stuff related to all of that, and also things with Dwayne that Angela Kang discussed. So yeah, so before we go any further, I do have to warn you for spoilers, obviously, for last night's episode of The Walking Dead. And if you are new here and you want more Walking Dead content in terms of news breakdowns, trailer breakdowns, scene breakdowns, anything like that, just make sure to be a subscriber. The show's returning in 139 days, I believe. I think last night was 140. I think now it's 139. The show is returning on August 22nd, which is awesome. We don't have to wait until early or late October. It's actually coming out in the summertime. So it's funny because I guess it's technically summer, but I always laugh. Like whenever they say summer, it's always late August, which when I view summer, I actually view June as a part of summer. I like, because summer does start in June, but I always view like early June to be summer. And September is fall. Like September 1st to me is fall. It's technically summer, but I don't know. To me, it's fall. And even late August, it's like, it's the end of summer. So I always laugh whenever they put summer of whatever, because it's not like they're airing it in the heart of summer in July or whatever. It's like right at the end. So it's basically fall. I'm excited though. I can't wait for the show to come back. I can't wait for the next few months. Like this is the last, well, actually not even entirely. It's the last break before a season, I guess. But if you think about it, after the 8 episodes are over, we're going to have a bit of a break for a few months to talk about the second part. And like a year from now, right? In a year from now, the second part's going to be over. And then we have the summer waiting for the third and final part of the show. I'm just going to enjoy all of it, man. Like I'm going to have so much fun with all this, talking about the show for the next, I guess, 2 years. I'll still continue on with all the other things in the universe, like the Rick movies and etc. But in terms of just the main show, this is going to be a lot of fun. What we actually learned last night, and this is new information, is that they're planning to film the final season until the end of March 2022. What they actually said before was that they're going to be filming until like the end of the year. And I was just assuming, okay, well, that's the end of November because they usually film until the end of the year starting in May. And so they would probably wrap up right before Thanksgiving. But no, they're wrapping up in March of next year. So we're not going to get that final picture or final shot of them wrapping up, right? That's going to be emotional for them. Like everyone's saying goodbye on that one day. I know there's going to be movies and stuff. They're all going to be together, but it's the show. You know, they have a whole system worked out there. So it's going to be sad, but I'm sure they're all excited to film like the second or third Rick movie where they can be there with Andrew Lincoln on set filming Walking Dead related things for a while. Like, you know, they're so excited for that because they want to work with Andrew Lincoln again, right? They're all best friends and stuff. It's like the family reuniting and all of us are excited for it. So it's Rick. It's whatever Rick's doing. Like the fans love Rick so much. That's why I know Rick is never going to die. He's not going to die for a very long time because he makes a lot of money, I think, more than any of the other characters. Like, he is the main plot device. If these movies weren't happening right now and the show was ending, there would be a lot less interest, I think, in the franchise going forward because Rick is gone, and sure, you can follow Daryl and Carol, but I don't think those things I don't think it would be as good because these Rick movies are happening. It feels like it's so expansive, like there's just massive universe, and watching a Daryl and Carol spinoff will be a lot of fun because they're out there searching for Rick and stuff, and if they do some stuff with Michonne and all that, everything feels very expansive. So Rick is definitely the key to the Walking Dead universe. You need the Grimes family legacy, and if Rick's gone, you better make Judith a big part of it, or RJ. That's what's going to make everything live on. And yeah, this for sure confirms, though, that they are like the final part of the season is going to be coming out in 2022. I was a little confused by that. I think like a lot of people were saying that it was going to air late into 2022. And I figured that it was going to originally until they said that there was going to be a summer release date. And I was like, are they going to be doing 12 and 12? Like 12 episodes starting in the summer, 12 next spring? But I guess not. They're doing 8 this year. I'm guessing Fear Season 7 will start later on in the fall. Same with World Beyond. They'll probably stick to a similar schedule like they did last year for Fear and World Beyond. And then, yeah, we still have almost 2 years, a year and a half or more, a year and a half to like 2 years, yeah, about that, of The Walking Dead. So I'm excited for that. We also did learn some story tidbits for the final season, and that is Maggie versus Negan, but it's going to be for real this time. Because honestly, I would say I was disappointed in their interactions. The very first scene when Maggie looks at him, I thought, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I figured that would be how she would handle it. She would just walk away. And then afterwards, nothing. She's quiet. She's not even looking at him. And I am disappointed in that. I thought there would be a lot more yelling, a lot more arguing with Daryl and Carol. I thought there would be a lot of things like that, and we didn't get anything there. And I honestly think a big part of it was because these bonus episodes can't really change too much of the story because a lot of things are already set in stone for the final season. So that's why, as I've pointed out in previous videos, a lot of story ideas, they would start and then they would end basically where they started, right? We got Maggie's return and a bunch of things happened and Negan was there, but in the end, she just returned to Alexandria and just kind of ignored him. We got Negan's backstory, we got some more interaction between him and Maggie, but in the end, it just returned with Negan coming back to Alexandria, looking at Maggie, and it's the same thing. She's giving him that stare, and that's basically where we were in the old season 10 finale, right, in episode 16. So nothing has really changed, and I think it's because, again, the stuff in the final season, all that was set in stone. And so that's why I'm excited for Maggie versus Negan. It's going to be for real. We're actually going to get into some pretty crazy things here. And so, yeah, we'll see where they go now. Like, the thing is, before Here's Negan, I think a lot more people were on Maggie's side. And I think after that episode, everyone's switched a bit. I honestly, I want to know, I should do a poll in the channel, actually. Are you team Maggie or are you team Negan? You can just comment down below, but I also will do a poll, I think, because I'm interested in what that's going to be like. Like, I know some people are going to be for Maggie, but like, is it going to be very one-sided, like 90-10? Man, I still can't get over that episode. The amount of comments and like just positive comments of especially with people crying too and stuff, like that was nuts yesterday. I haven't experienced that in a very long time. You know that the episode was good for that reason. I'll talk about that later on in my Dwight and Negan video because that's my video I have planned for later on. But whoever wrote that episode, you're up there for sure. If anyone knows who wrote the episode last night, definitely comment in the comment section because I want them to write more episodes. And if you can, write the very final episode. Well, actually, that's probably going to go to Angela King or Scott Gimple, but the last 5 of them, just do all of them. And also, some of the concerns that I had for these, I guess for the final season, are still kind of there because Angela King talked about filming in the pandemic and stuff and basically said that the final season, it's not going to feel like these 6 new episodes did, where they did feel very limited. And I think a lot of that very limited feeling was more in relation to the storytelling because they couldn't change much, right? A lot of stuff was just set to happen in the final season, so they could only do a little bit. But there was also a limited feeling to, I guess, filming. And she did say that these final episodes are going to feel like The Walking Dead, mostly. Some little things will be different, but mostly everything's going to be fine. And I also think, like, as we go on in the year and everyone's vaccinated and stuff, I think things are going to go back to normal. I don't think people want to live with this anymore. Obviously, people are still going to be wearing masks and all of that, but I think people have just had enough of this. And especially with people being vaccinated, you know, people are just eager to want to live normally, and everything's dying down. Like, everything seems to be dying down now. I can't believe we're talking about this a year later. I remember a year ago, we were talking, oh, maybe it'll be over by like June or July because that's when they'll resume filming for the final season, or they were going to start filming for the final season. They could probably start in like July, but we were so wrong about that. Like, we were so wrong. So, you know, I'm okay with things feeling different, and obviously it's a pandemic, so people got to be safe, but I hope things aren't affected too much. You know, like, if you have to, just postpone filming for a year, right? To get, like, I'd prefer to have the content that The Walking Dead usually delivers. But it sounds like things are actually going to be a lot better. I hope that everything goes back to normal. People have been vaccinated enough so that they can actually kind of gather more in groups and stuff. And if they're having a walker horde scene, they're not going to have to worry about that, right? Another thing that we learned was that Dwayne wasn't or isn't going to be there for the Wall of the Lost scene. They are still doing that scene, and I'll talk about that in a separate video, but it's not going to be Dwayne, which there wasn't really a lot of proof for, besides when Negan said the "all I see is red" thing, which was just an idea that I had anyways. That was nothing really concrete, but they are still going to be doing that scene, so I'm really interested in what they're planning to do with that. I think it's probably going to be Rick related, because you want to have an impact there. I don't know what you're going to do with that, and I think that could be how they reveal to people that Rick's alive, right? Like, how does Daryl find out that Rick's alive? How is he going to figure that out? Well, I think it's going to be probably impossible for him to find out. Virgil could tell him, but that'd be a weird way for it to come up. He could find out potentially, I guess, from Judith, but I don't think Judith is going to confess anything right now. I think Eugene and Ezekiel, and I guess Yumiko doesn't know who he is, but we're going to see this poster of Michonne, and it's going to see "Have you seen my wife?" or something, and that was from Rick, or it's going to be of Rick, and Michonne came to the Commonwealth and put this poster up of "Have you seen my husband?" confirming that Michonne came over here because maybe he was alive. Like, I think it's going to be something like that. I guess it wouldn't make too much sense for Rick to post that, right? Because Rick knows where they are. So for Michonne to have been through the Commonwealth, I think that there's probably going to be some type of Rick reveal, I think. Like, there's nothing really that they can do. It's the only option, so I think it makes the most sense. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a separate video. Overall, this was just basically a news video giving you guys updates on what's going on for the final season. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.